Hello everyone, this is Guyofdoom with TGN Idle, and for my second episode I am presenting the independent game Trine by Frozen Byte Games. Now this is an independent developer, and this particular game is a 2D puzzle platform game that's got kind of a unique art style, as well as some good music, a lot of humor, and it's actually relatively challenging. And so what I'm going to basically run through with this game is go through first few levels to get kind of my time requirement, but I just wanted to show off what you can get with this game because it's a pretty good game. I enjoy it a lot, and actually it's got a sequel that's coming out relatively soon. And so if you enjoy this game or enjoy the playthrough that I'm showing you guys here, then you can not only get this game, but then get the sequel that's going to be out in the relatively near future. So, like I mentioned, this game is developed by Frozen Byte Games, and it's currently priced at $20 on their website, and I'll go ahead and put that link below in the description. And then give you a link to the trailer for the sequel that's upcoming as well. And so, what's interesting about this game is that not only is it a puzzle platformer, but there's also a lot of physics, or active physics, that are involved in the puzzles, and I'll actually show you here in just a second. So basically a lot of the obstacles that you encounter in the game are physics based, and so they'll move around based off whether your characters jumped on them, or whether you could throw something in them, or shoot something with a bow and arrow, or so on. And it actually, I think, uses the physics engine to accomplish this. So you can see the unique kind of art style here, as long as the lighting. And you can see, like, as you jump on these, you can get these different platforms to swing. And one of the things the thief can do is one of her abilities, she can kind of attach this tether and use it to swing around to get across different obstacles. And so you see, as I'm swinging on this various platform, it can swing as well. And as you might imagine, some of these puzzles get a little difficult later in the game, when you're not only having to deal with the swinging of your character, but the swinging of the particular platform that they're attached to. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything. So for each of these levels, there's little green experience containers, and then blue mana or ability power containers. And so I'm just trying to make sure that I am not missing anything on my first time through this level. Although you can later go back and continue playing each of the levels in case you miss something. So if you're a completionist like me, there's no you can always come back later and finish the level. So there's no penalty in missing something the first time through. And I actually think that for some of the initial hidden items, you actually need to come back later once you've gained the levels to get the ability upgrades that you need to get things. And so, yeah, you can kind of see some of the interactive environment there. So, obviously with this first level, this is giving you an introduction to the storyline. And so there's not too many difficult puzzles. And so then also, in later levels, there'll be different treasures that are hidden throughout the levels that you can use to upgrade either a character's abilities, or basically enhance one of the abilities that they have, or improve their health, or improve their mana regeneration. And so this little intro here is basically just showing you each of the three characters individually and giving you an idea of how you control them and manage their individual abilities. So the thief has got a bow and her little grappling hook that she uses to maneuver around everything, so she's easily the most maneuverable. The wizard, his trick is that he can levitate items, and that he can also... So, okay, here's one of the first green experience potions I was talking about earlier. Push that platform. There we go. Alright. And so then the second thing that the wizard can do is make obstacles or make objects. So, for instance, what I'll show you here in this next room is what his next ability is, which is that he can create. If you don't have any boxes or platforms to levitate around on the own, you can basically draw a little square and he can create his own. And this is useful for basically getting up to things that you can't normally get to. Looks like this. Alright. Now. Aha. Okay. So you can see that's a little balance up there. So what I do basically right there is I create a box to weigh it. And then I can tip the scale just like that. Alright, and then fall down, and I have to start all over again. But you get the impression of using basically physics to your advantage in this particular game, so that you can get to different parts of the level that you can't otherwise. And so it's basically a 2D game, but there are kind of some 3D interactions within it. It's kind of one of those false depth. And so right now I can only create one box at a time with the wizard, but basically as you gain experience levels, you can get more than one eventually. And also the wizard gains a second ability later on where he can actually create planks or platforms to walk across things. And so, okay, so I still need to beat this. So what I need to do here, as you might expect, is create one box to push on that button and then walk on the second button. And then, ta-da, the door opens. So, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is my first video. So, for the first video I submitted for TGN, I did another independent game that I'm a fan of called Lugaru, which was a 3D fighting game made by Wolffire Games. And that had, I say 3D fighting game, but it's also got, basically the characters in that game are anthropomorphic rabbits, and there's also some wolves in that too. So it's a little bit silly in terms of what the characters are, but I think that's kind of the humorous twist to it, and it gives it a little bit of an edge in terms of how you can maneuver around, because you can jump and kick and move around a little bit differently than you could if you were just playing normal humans. And it's got an interesting twist. It didn't get too many views, and I didn't get any comments, but if you guys have any additional things you'd like to add, I'm sure the link will be annotated in the video above, and you can go back and check that out. And I will be very appreciative of feedback of any kind, just to let me know, because the more feedback I get, just the better I get, and the more I can improve, and the better videos I can make for you guys in the future. So the third character here for this series is the warrior. And his big thing is that he's got kind of strength, so he can smash through a lot of the destructible barriers here that the other characters cannot. And that also the other advantage is he has a shield, so that he can block incoming arrows and fireballs. So he's also, as you might expect, given the gear, the most durable of the three characters. But he's also a little slower. In some of the later levels, there'll be water, and of course, as you might expect, wearing all this armor, he just sinks like a rock. And he's a little bit harder to jump with than the other characters.
Oh, what's this?
So yeah, so here's the demonstration of how you can block all the falling debris on this level, so you don't take damage.
The knight saw a faint light coming from the age-old shrine.
So to end this little intro tutorial level, basically what happens is that all three characters end up touching this magical artifact, and much as you might expect, the magical artifact absorbs them into one collective consciousness, and so it's called the Trine, and that kind of leads into the storyline of the rest of the game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've showed you so far on this game. If you're interested in seeing more of this game or more levels, go ahead and leave comments below and let me know. And I will love to show you guys more of this game. I've also got a few other games I want to show you guys. But if you have any suggestions or requests, go ahead and leave them in the comments below as well. And I will see you guys next time. So thank you very much for watching.